Is Algorand's native token going to the price of $5 looking even more realistic as of right now, considering how much Algo has pumped? In my opinion, yes. And $5, that's still my price target for Algo during this bull run, even though that's not financial advice. But here's the thing. When I was talking about Algorand back in early 2023, everyone thought it was caca, it was trash. But then as of right now, the sentiment is beginning to change in a very positive way. And think about this, right? We've seen, sentiments change very quickly throughout history. Like, for instance, you take a look at Cardano's native token called ADA, hovering at a very caca price. At one point, it was around 3 cents, actually. But then going to the price of $1, that was very difficult. But then at that point, once it crossed the dollar, $2, and even beyond, that seemed way easy, right? Because why? Sometimes the growth is exponential, in my opinion. So when it comes to Algo, let's say it crosses the price of $1. At that point, wow, people are going to be like, okay, that's a very big psychological milestone. Then at that point, $2 is a 2x away. Let's say it goes to the price of $2.50, $5. Again, that's just a 2x from that. So I think, as Algo does go higher, the sentiment is going to change. And I think it's going to become realistically, or should I say hypothetically, a lot easier for it to reach the great heights, which I think it could, aka, again, $5. Now, here's the thing. I never saw why Algorand would do bad by any means, because if you actually take a look at it, Algorand is a very amazing layer 1 blockchain. It's fast, it's secure. Gas fees are very low. Not to mention exposure for Algo is very amazing. You take a look at how it's listed at a bunch of major exchanges, and the community, it's very passionate, it's very strong. And think about this, right? When you take a look at Algorand, it's just a lot better than Ethereum. It doesn't suffer from that nonsense high gas fees or questionable scalability issues. And at the same time, it doesn't suffer from random unreliability concerns, I would say, unlike something, for instance, in the case of Solana. You take a look at Solana, allegedly at 1.8 different network outages in just a time span of a year. That's completely caca, in my opinion. Caralho, porra. Can you imagine that, right? That's a complete no bueno. So, of course, allegedly it's been fixed, but still you don't know the long-term viability of its reliability, at least in my opinion. So when you take a look at Ethereum, it often has to rely on these random layer 2s. You take a look at Solana, arguably not even that reliable. You take a look at Algorand, does it suffer from any of this type of nonsense? No, it does not. Because after all, it's the technology of choice for over 2,000 global organizations. If something is a technology of choice, again, I'm not saying for over 200, I'm not saying for 500, 1,000. I'm saying over 2,000. Something, of course, that is like that needs to be very reliable, very amazing, very fantastic, which is exactly what Algorand is. Because if Algorand was a caca layer 1 blockchain, it would get found out very quickly, right? But it's not. So that's why I think that this is very amazing. Now, here's the thing as well. Sometimes people like to say that, Algorand, it's not going to have good adoption in the future. Now, here's the thing. I disagree with that because Algorand is carbon neutral. And as we all know, many enterprises nowadays, they want to go green. They care about the environment. So what better way to do that than adopting, let's say, new technology that is environmentally friendly, much like Algorand. Now, some people may think, okay, that's cool for the next 10 years, but in the next 6 months to a year, it's not going to gain good adoption. And I'm perfectly aware of that. Now, you may be shocked when I say this, but I actually agree with this because here's the thing. Algorand isn't going to have the best adoption in the next 6 months to a year. It's not going to defeat Ethereum, right, in terms of that, but it doesn't really matter because during a fully fledged bull run, all people care about is hypothetical upside and also the anticipation is what they care about, right? Take a look at this. For instance, Cardano's native token called ADA. Its all-time high was back in 2021. Has it defeated that yet? Absolutely not. But Cardano's adoption is way better right now when compared to back then. Again, it showcases how adoption doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. When you take a look at Algorand, I think the same principle applies. And why is $5 not even that crazy? Because it's only around a 10x from here at this point. Could you imagine that? Which is kind of crazy. And market cap, considering current circulating supply at that point, would actually be around $41.5 billion. Let's say we make it, 42, right? For simplicity's sake. This is so peanuts, really. Even though it may seem like a crazy number to begin with, but if you take a look at Dogecoin reach over 80 billion, BNB reach over 100 billion, come on, right? Ethereum reach over 550 billion. This doesn't seem all too insane. At least that's the way I take a look at it. Now, when it comes to Algorand as well, sometimes people like to say that, oh man, it's not so flashy, it's not cool, it's not interesting enough. But the way you take a look at it is that Algorand, it's like a Toyota. Is a Toyota the most interesting thing out there? I would arguably say no. I mean, it's kind of boring, to be honest, in my opinion, like in terms of when I view it as a vehicle, right? But then the way you take a look at it is that what is a Toyota? It's very reliable. It's very amazing. And it's known, again, for having a very good track record. So when I take a look at Algorand, it's like a Toyota. Maybe it's not the coolest thing out there, but it gets the job done. At least that's the way I view it. And some people are under this misconception that, oh yeah, Algo has done pretty well, but it can't reach, $5. Well, here's the thing. If Luna Classic, something caca like that, which is basically worse than even a bunch of other meme coins that we see, if that can find a bottom and pump, if something caca like Litecoin can do well in 2021, I just don't see why Algo would do bad during this bull run. I mean, even the co-founder of Ethereum, aka the founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, on a video on November 26th, he stated how in the next year to 2 years, he could very well see Bitcoin anywhere from the price of $250,000 all the way to $500,000. Now, is $500,000 for Bitcoin during this bull run way too optimistic? I think so. But even if, let's say, we use like the worst case example for, what Bitcoin could be, I mean, even at the price of $250,000 for Bitcoin, I think that Algo could very well exceed, the price of $5. Now, I'm still maintaining $5, by the way, as my price target. I'm not changing that, but I'm just saying things can be a lot better. I'm only speculating. Charles Hoskinson is only speculating as well. Like, quite essentially, like, no one has a magic crystal ball to tell the future, at least in my opinion. It'd be cool if that exists, because then I can, know for sure what price it would be like in the future. But again, it doesn't, right? I can only take a look at the fundamentals, the exposure, the community, the trajectory, and then I can make a reasonable, assumption, I would say. But then I can't say for sure. But again, $5, for Algo, let's say Bitcoin does go to the price of $250,000. That seems like easy peasy in my opinion. Now, again, only time will tell. But in my, perspective, right, 2024, it's a small taste. But I think 2025 is really when things are truly going to shine, in my opinion. And I really can't wait. Again, it's just a waiting game at this point. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into Algo, anytime an income, acquire, hold, and I just wait. I've been doing that ever since the beginning of 2023. So, I've been dollar cost averaging into Algo for years at this point. So, I'm still going to believe in this. Even when I made videos back then, again, in early 2023 for Algo, everyone thought it was trash. But, hypothetically, I can't say I told you so, but I told you so. And now I get it, right? Many meme coins out there have outperformed Algo, but I think better days are ahead. And again, at the price of $5 during this bull run, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, especially when I consider how there's currently over 500 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, more than ever before in history. I mean, this bull run could be so special. Once it really clicks into fifth gear, it could be so amazing. I think as of right now, again, we're seeing a small taste, but we haven't really seen that like 2021 euphoric moment yet, where like even the bad projects are like pumping and like reaching these crazy high levels. We haven't seen that yet. We have seen a lot of altcoins have a good recovery, but we haven't really seen many of them, start breaking new all-time highs yet, at least, right? Hypothetically, but still, I think better days are ahead. And when it comes to Algo, I don't think it's going to do bad. And I think that Algorand is arguably one of the best layer 1 blockchains out there. And I really can't wait. $5 wouldn't surprise me at all during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Malik the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.